All righty. Shane McCarthy, the H2 water expert here. Now, I know this is going to be posted on your guys' pages and the groups that you're in and stuff like that. But I'll definitely be posting this as an interview and conversation for H2 hydration and health on YouTube. So, Kevin, Andrea, hi. So nice to see you guys.
Again.
Yeah, again. So what led to this recording that I think, everything happens for a reason. I think this is actually going to be even more valuable because we'll be able to post it on more platforms. And but we did try to just do a nice, little innocent live on Facebook. That led us down a 50-minute road of not being able to do that and deciding to come and record the conversation this way. So hi, welcome to my podcast studio. So nice to have you guys. I've loved being in contact with you guys and following your story, Kevin, and your story, Andrea, and just everything you guys have been going through. It's really been inspiring for myself. And so, I mean, when I say your story, like Kevin, let's talk about that a little bit. Like, what got us to this conversation?
Oh boy, it's been a long road the last 4.5 years now already. I can't believe. Well, I'm thankful that it has been 4.5 years and I'm still here.
Definitely.
It's been a real bumpy road. I was one of those people that needed to get back to work and start functioning in the reality of COVID-19 and took the shot and never been the same since. It was overwhelmed me, obviously, past my blood-brain barrier and created havoc throughout my brain and spinal fluid and now all my organs as well. And things really took a hard hit, and it's been a long kind of not even recovery yet, but more so of just preventative of it not getting any worse up until this point.
Yeah, because you guys have tried a number of different things there, and we can get into that, like some of the tools that you've used there. But you're still battling with this, right? That this is still an ongoing thing.
Yeah. It's really had its toll on my body. It ran rampant throughout, and I see it in some of my organs now and intestines and obviously with my brain and the fog and the lesions and so on and so forth. I believe I've gotten to the point where it probably isn't going to progress any further. However, I'm living with some pretty serious damage and not a very good quality of life at all. So yeah. Hence, I figured it was time to reach out to Shane again and maybe move to that next level, because I don't want to be this way, and quality of life is extremely important, and I think a lot of us just overlook it. And even when you're sick, in everything has kind of a weight to it as to where you go and how you do it. And I mean, I've tried so many different products over the past, and I've found some to work and some really I was just participating. Now, I realize the benefits of the next stage, and it's just a matter of taking it on and watching the results, hopefully progress in the right way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've seen a lot of progress with you since meaning you used the terahertz one, and that's been of value in a number of different ways. That's well outweighed any monetary investment in there, and that's great. And I'm really, really glad that that's helped you at least maintain and keep you here, really, because I mean, honestly, you can only handle so much, but God will challenge you with what you can handle. And so, I give you a lot of credit for being the strong warrior that you have been, and battling through it in the way that you have, because I've also seen you at tough times, and it's tough to watch because you're both very good people, and like, I want the best for you because I want the best for everyone, but that you guys deserve you deserve a healthy balance to life. And Andrea, I know, while we talk about how this physiologically, to say the least, takes its toll on Kevin, let's not be kidding ourselves. It takes its toll on you too. That's your best friend, and you're watching him go through the toughest times of his life, and so it's, finding an answer is not the easiest. And what we're talking about here isn't any cure or answer or anything, but it's helped me in many ways. I mean, in 2013, well before weirdo COVID-19, I was in a really bad ATV accident, and I fractured my skull, got traumatic brain injury, almost broke my C1, C2 vertebrae, which would have left me a quadriplegic breathing through a tube at best. Fortunately, the worst that happened to me was I had some aphasia. I knew what I wanted to say. I just couldn't I kind of crammed a whole sentence into one word. And so I had to retrain myself how to talk. I had some vertigo, which is obvious, but I was actually playing baseball, which I shouldn't have been, about 2 weeks to the day after my ATV accident. But while I was in a hospital, I realized, okay, I can lift heavy things up and put them down, but I'm not quite as healthy as I thought I was. And so, I was on Nexium, which is prescription heartburn medication. I was getting sick every couple months. I mean, I was 27 years old, and if I didn't get my shit together, I was going to be back in the hospital for completely other reasons. And the longer I waited to get my shit together, the harder it was going to be to reverse these things. So I thought, okay, your body's 75% water. Water makes a good place. It makes sense as a good place to start. I didn't really drink much water up until then. And so my buddy of mine had been trying to sell me a popular alkaline water ionizer. And for years I've said to him, yeah, whatever, man, water's water. I laugh at that. We have to laugh at that because we all know that water isn't, we know that, water isn't just water. It's not how much water you drink. It's what kind of water you drink. But I invested in one of them. It was a network marketing company. I had zero interest in doing the network marketing. Not that I have anything against network marketing. In fact, I love network marketing in certain ways, but it just wasn't what I was looking at. I just wanted to do something for my health. And again, I figured water and hydration was a good place to start. And so I bought the expensive alkaline water ionizer. And I started getting healthier because I went from drinking no water at all to drinking, 4 to 6 liters of water a day. Like, no shit, I got healthier. Excuse my language. The more comfortable I get, the more swear words just kind of start getting sprinkled in there like parsley on a dinner plate. But I started, as I saw some benefits and things changed with the financial business that I was doing prior to that, I was like, okay, let's see how this business goes. And so I started doing the dog and pony show of bringing people over and showing them the pretty colors of the pH scale, not really knowing what the hell I was talking about, but excited to share because I saw some benefits, and, I want other people to see benefits. What I want for me, I want for you, and I want the best for me. So I obviously want the best for you. So I, as I started going along with it, I realized, okay, from a business perspective, if this is going to take off, doctors and scientists need to sign off on this. Not need to, but it will help the process along. And so I started learning about ionized water, electrolyzed reduced water, because ionized water is what I was talking about. That's the technology I had. And I came across H2 molecular hydrogen. It's a hydrogen gas. When water is ionized properly, it can create. Hi, puppy.
I'll be right back.
It can create. I'm glad that's the puppy and not your stomach, because that would be. um, yeah, I mean, I'll just keep the story going quickly because everyone knows the story. I learned about molecular hydrogen, hydrogen gas, and found out about its ability to reduce oxidative stress, inflammation, or restore a balance at a cellular level that many people have lost. This is helping people achieve what people are trying to achieve with alkaline water, because people are drinking alkaline water because people live in a fairly acidic environment based on the foods that we eat, the drinks that we drink, the air that we breathe, it's the just overall stress in life. But if you cut open an apple and let it sit there for half an hour, what happens?
It oxidizes.
See, you went ahead of the equation. It turns brown, and then if you cut drinking alkaline water is like cutting that sliver of brown apple off, so you get fresh apple again. But if you don't change the environment in which the apple is in and you let it sit there for another half hour, it's just going to turn brown again. So then you got to start looking at why. Why is the apple turning brown? And again, Kevin, you've already nailed it. It's oxidizing. And similar to our bodies, the reason you are acidic is because you are overloaded with oxidative stress. So I learned that hydrogen will permeate the cell membrane and really get it wherever it needs to get to, because it's the smallest molecule known to man. And it will get in there and clean up the most cell damaging oxidative stress that our body creates. It's actually the byproduct of the energy created inside of our cells. It's called ATP. And so essentially, it's kind of like the exhaust and muffler system to make sure that the energy that's being used in your body isn't just going and polluting your cells and your whole body, and it's actually just a nice water vapor that comes out of it. It's really actually a very similar reference. But the point is, I wanted to get the root cause of why people were experiencing health issues. I wanted to help people with this because I, quite honestly, almost died in 2013. I believe that I still had work to do here. And so I want to help make this world a better place. And I want to do that in as efficient and cost-effective way as possible. So I 2014, I left the original company that I started with. I took a few different steps, but inevitably ended up landing at Ultra Water Solutions and Alcaviva because, one, in terms of ionizers, they have the best ionizer on the market, hands down. Best filtration, best technology to eliminate need for maintenance. There's a lot to ionizers if you want them to create hydrogen and continue to create hydrogen. They need to be manufactured properly, and then either needs to be cleaned rigorously or needs to have the technology that prevents that need to be cleaned to begin with. Highly recommend the latter. And that's why I recommend Alcaviva as an ionizer. They also have, as Ultra Water Solutions, a phenomenal whole home filtration company or system with salt-free softeners, salted softeners, iron guard, and if you're on well, really, really great filtration. But in terms of actual hydrogen, what ended up happening is you'll see kind of here that's our company Tech for Health became a company because my now business partner is an Alcaviva customer of mine. And he said to me, I'm doing my research on hydrogen. And, there's a lot of studies out there done with inhalation, specifically when it comes to cardiovascular, respiratory, and neurological. And he's like, why aren't you doing inhalation? I'm like, I like hydrogen-rich water because it's water that's rich in hydrogen gas. Water's the delivery for the hydrogen into your body, goes into your gut, and then disperses and gets wherever it needs to get. With inhalation, you got to sit there for half an hour, and there's an inconvenience that comes with it. But he introduced to me the Tech Pro 900, which is what is now called the Tech Pro 900, and I gotta say, it's a hell of a machine. I mean, it is my company, it's my machine, but I mean, just bear with me here, because I've had a hydrogen water in many different ways, and it is the most convenient or an efficient way of one of the more efficient ways of getting hydrogen into your body. But again, in a case where you're dealing with something, especially respiratory, cardiovascular, neurological, breathing the gas right into your nose directly is going to have a direct way of dealing with the issues that are going on either up here or in this area. But with this machine, you can actually, it creates oxygen and hydrogen gas, and the hydrogen can actually be bubbled using this. It's called a nano bubbling stainless steel rod. Actually, I can show you. That will allow you to dissolve the hydrogen into your water to drink or then bathe in. So, and then there's also accessories that allow you to apply it topically. So it's not just an inhalation machine. It's actually a full spectrum hydrogen therapy machine that is helping people in absolutely incredible and somewhat unexpected ways. I've had some really interesting testimonials coming in this week. One of our customers has had her machine for just under a year. She used to have severe migraines and has not had any since for the last couple months. And the only thing she's changed over the last year is introducing the hydrogen inhalation. I've got another customer that had neuropathy in her legs and was taking CBD multiple times a day, and she's taking it now every 3 to 4 days. And again, one change would be implementing hydrogen therapy into her life. And so when I first started talking about them, I'm the H2 water expert. When I first started talking about H2 water, people ask me, oh, what is it going to do for me? Well, with the Tech Pro 900, being able to apply it in every single way possible, what do you want it to do for you? Because that's the power of hydrogen, is it can help you in so many different ways. Most importantly, helping you reestablish that balance that many people have lost at a cellular level and then work your way out. And so this is what I mean about the nano bubbling stainless steel rod. So make sure your water is filtered. First and foremost, I don't talk to people about hydrogen therapy or hydrogen water unless you have some filtration. Now, I have filtration options, but it's not limited to that. As long as you have filtration, make sure it's filtered, because the last thing you don't want to do is make, city water more bioavailable for your body. Trust me.
Yeah, no kidding.
So now I've had hydrogen water in many different ways, through the ionizers, through portable bottles like this, through the hydro RO system with this on steroids inside of it, the tablets, all great ways. But electrolysis, which is ionization, your Alcaviva machines or the bottles, that's an electrical reaction that's creating the hydrogen. The tablets, which is basically magnesium that dissolves into the water, and then the chemical reaction creates the hydrogen there. That's a chemical reaction that creates the hydrogen. This right here is just straight bubbling the hydrogen gas into the water. I've drank this type of water in so many different ways over the last 12 years, and nothing compares to this. It is incredible. And my water this water here is already super saturated, but you can super saturate your water, meaning you're getting the highest amount of hydrogen, which is when you are in a reactive state, you are treating something, that is what you want. You want the highest amount of hydrogen. You want full hydrogen therapy. Now, Kevin, for you, first and foremost, I mean, of course, drink hydrogen-rich water. Both of you would be able to drink as much as you want, because you have a very easy way of bubbling it into your home. In fact, for me, I bring this into my kitchen every morning. I bubble it into my hydrogen, into my water for my wife and son and myself to drink. from my properly filtered Alcoviva water. And then every night I'll bring it up to the bathroom and we'll bubble the hydrogen water into my son's bath. Again, he's 16 months old, but it's safe for that age. And that is one of my favorite things about hydrogen, is the safety aspect of it. And then I'll bring it into my room after we put our son down. And when I meditate, which I do every night, for 20 to 30 minutes, I'll breathe the hydrogen in as well, because the hydrogen is going to activate my parasympathetic nervous system pretty much instantaneously. And so that is where inhaling it for both of you is going to benefit both of you immensely. But as mentioned, there are a ton of different studies done on neurological with inhalation, because it's going to it's got its quickest delivery to permeate the blood-brain barrier right there. Again, and one thing I always say is, don't believe a word I say. Research what I say. I have created on Tech for Health a research tab that gives you a very good way of viewing all of the different studies that there are. When I first started learning about hydrogen, there's only 300 different studies. Now there's over 3,000, and more come out every day, and it's great to see, because for me it was almost like having a crystal ball, knowing like this is where it's going. But now it's finally coming out more and more, because these studies take time, and the funding isn't always there, because you can't patent a molecule. You can patent the machines and the technology that creates the molecule, but you can't patent the molecule. So it's taking a little bit longer, and that's okay. Issue water experts got patience. Did I just third person? Good Lord. I apologize for that. So I mean, there are becoming more and more machines like this on the market. And in fact, there is a company out there that sells the exact machine, but in black. And they sell it for $6,500 US. And, while our machine is $5,500 Canadian, which is a significant difference, if you use the coupon code STREET10, that'll give you 10% off. We are a Canadian company, so our prices are in Canadian. So with the 10% off, $49.50 Canadian. If you are from the US, that's about 40% less than what the competition is providing. But there's a big, huge difference that separates us from the competition, and it's not technology. It's literally us. When we sell you a machine, we want to make sure that you're able to use it to its absolute fullest potential. I don't want to sell you a machine and not have it do its absolute best for you. I want these health testimonials coming in, because that helps me fulfill that purpose that I talked about, that I'm still here to serve. And so we also include accessories that other companies don't, on top of the, when you order a machine, it gets sent directly to you. Once it's in transit, you get the shipping tracking info, and then you get a big long what to expect email and a video of the machine, how to use it, and how to get yourself started, and then most importantly, you have communication and connection with myself and my business partner Louie, and we're always here to make sure that all of your questions are answered whenever you have them. So this does come with a lot of accessories, so such a but wait, there's more moment here, but
Oh, you're funny, Chase.
I'm something all right. So first things first, our tubes are all silicone. If you are looking at hydrogen inhalation, hydrogen therapy, please make sure that the tubing is silicone, because if it's just plastic, which some of the companies will do just because it's cheaper, the hydrogen won't even make it to your nose by the time it's gone through the tubing. That's how small of a molecule it is. It needs to be silicone, and also for keeping it clean and sanitary, silicone can be boiled, so you can boil the cannula for 15 minutes if you want to keep it sanitized. Great if you own a clinic. Like my chiropractor has this machine, and he's got these 2 massage chairs that he lets people to just sit and chill in and get their massage and breathe hydrogen in while you're doing it. Then they do the chiropractic adjustment. It's a hell of an experience over there. I love it. So again, obviously, it's a stainless steel rod, huge in terms of the accessories. Like I said, this is fully saturated at this point. And then eye accessories. Not only do you look super cool with these.
Wow. To the mall.
Sorry?
I say I'm going to wear those to the mall.
Oh, absolutely. So this will allow, with these tubes going here on each side of it, direct delivery of the hydrogen gas to your eyes. So cataracts, glaucoma, even aesthetically, removing bags from your eyes. But the biggest one I would say is migraines. Same thing with the ear accessory, which allows you to do the same thing. Just apply the hydrogen gas directly to your ear. Tinnitus or tinnitus, the ringing in your ears, that's a big one. Honestly, Kevin, I think doing a combination of both of these would be one of the ways to apply the hydrogen to help you with the neurological damage that's been done through and help reduce inflammation through the blood-brain barrier. And this is what I love about hydrogen, right? It will find the
little nooks.
It'll find the escape route, right? It'll go wherever it needs to. So when it goes through your eyes, goes through your ears, the reason it helps so much with migraines is because it's getting right into your brain and reducing the inflammation right at that spot. That's freaking so cool. But wait, there's more.
So just before you go on, Shane, so those accessories come with the machine?
Yes. Those come with the machine. What also comes with the machine, again, safety is massive for us. Tech for Health is a family-run company. You guys know I have a 16-month-old, and my business partner has a 4-year-old and a 2-month-old. And so family is everything to us. We want to make sure everybody is kept safe and sound and healthy, and also very hydrated. So this was one of the things that we include with it. It is a 9-foot silicone tube, so that when I put hydrogen gas into my son's bathtub, I'm able to sit the machine far enough away from the tub that I don't have to worry about any sort of electrical splashes on the machine or anything like that. Nor if I'm taking them a bath myself and my wife is pissed off at me because she wanted to take the bath, she go and knock that in. Try to avoid things like that. It's like, hey, careful, man. She can see you. So this allows for that. And it also actually at bedtime too, for both of you guys to breathe it in, because this is creating enough hydrogen gas that both of you guys can be breathing it in at the same time, and it is considered a therapeutic amount. You can take this 9-foot tube and then connect it with this T that I have.
All right.
Right here, and that will allow both of you guys to breathe the hydrogen in at the same time, or she can breathe it in and you can have the goggles on, or vice versa. Just so you know, this is also so in case you wanted to plug this into the hydrogen part, plug this part into the oxygen part, and create what's called oxyhydrogen, or also known as Brown's gas. There are a lot of people that swear by it and love Brown's gas. For me, I'm a hydrogen guy. We give you all of the options. This is a full spectrum hydrogen and oxygen gas machine. Another accessory that is included that nobody else includes. We are the only company that includes this. This isn't even an extra charge. We will contact you and ask if you have a small, or in your guys' case, a medium to large size dog, because we have this, and even the dogs can inhale the hydrogen. Like, how cool is that?
Well,
And
you notice that our dog is always with us, so
you might be sitting there thinking, how in the hell am I going to get my dog to breathe in hydrogen? I've had people ask me if you can do it for cats. I'm like, if you have a cat that you can actually sit there and you can put a mask over its face, and congratulations, I don't think it needs hydrogen therapy. But Bluey has a Jack Russell and a Chihuahua. He's actually trained them to do it because it's such a small dog. It only needs to breathe it in for about 2 to 3 minutes, and even the dogs can breathe it in. But if you can't get your dog trained to breathe hydrogen gas in with you and sit down and enjoy some nice therapeutic gas, you can still bubble it into their water to drink or bathe in. And now, especially in your guys' case, bigger dogs tend to have joint and hip issues. The hydrogen gas is going to very much help with that. And, again, don't believe anything I say, research what I say. There's lots of studies on that one. One of the accessories that we don't include, but we have on the website, is this beautiful thing. Again, you look so freaking cool with it on.
Yeah.
It's a hair and scalp mask. So this part here goes around you know what? I might as well do it.
I was going to say, you should put that on. There you go.
There we go. It's a very Chef Boyardee-ish. Yeah. But yeah, so the silicone creates the seal around your head. But again, you can apply the hydrogen directly to your hair and scalp. Now, I originally thought this is great for people that want to combat hair loss, men and women. It's great for people with psoriasis or dry scalp and dandruff. But again, knowing that hydrogen will go wherever it needs to go, it will get into the capillaries that surround your skull, and it can even permeate the skull and get into your brain. So very cool.
It's not just a nice looking hat.
It's not just a nice looking hat, not just a hat rack. And so a few key takeaways from this machine and the benefits that come with it is you'll notice that this number here has been slowly but surely counting down. That is a 10-hour timer. So if you guys wanted to sleep breathing the hydrogen gas in all night long, you could. Again, another nod to the safety. There are tons and tons of safety studies on our research tab, but it's shown that you can breathe it in for hours and hours, and any hydrogen that your body doesn't need, your body will just expel out. It also comes with these cups for typically clinical use when you're using it all day long, or if you're breathing it in all night long. This prevents from condensation building up in the tubing to make sure that you're getting that hydrogen production. We also do, I mentioned clinical, and this is a perfect machine for a smaller clinic that 1 or 2 people are going to be using it. If you have a larger clinic or sports team or something of that level, we have clinical strength machines, and we also have a bath specific machine. It is nuts. It's really cool. I've seen this thing in action, and it's like a fog machine in the water. It's just like shooting the hydrogen everywhere because it will circulate it through the machine. Again, it's a bath specific machine. In comparison to competition out there, I've seen this machine does 7,500 milliliters per minute. You don't need to understand right now what that actually means, but there's other companies that do. The strongest I've seen is 6,000 milliliters per minute, and their machines, I've seen them go from $12,000 to $20,000 US, which is just insanity. Our Hydro Spa 7,500 is $8,000 Canadian. And it, again, in terms of the amount of hydrogen it produces, the rate it will saturate the tub or even small pool in just kicks the crap out of all competition. That's really what we're here to do. We're here to kick the crap out of the competition because we're very much purpose over profit. Our job is, our goal isn't, come and make millions off of the hydrogen industry. Of course, we got to make money. We got to support our families. But I want hydrogen therapy available to everyone, not just the affluent that can afford it. I think this is something that is going to be so crucially, detrimentally helpful for people going through the next few years as we continue to heal and get through this disaster that we've been going through for the last few years. I see a massive shift in the general population, the collective, in a desire to heal, the knowledge that you got to take care of your water and filter yourself. Like you got to, the knowledge that nobody's coming to save you. Is we're here to make a change, and we don't need to overcomplicate it. This may seem and sound like a complicated machine. Again, we're here to help walk you through it, but keep in mind it's hydrogen. It's literally the most simple element on the periodic table. It's the smallest molecule known. It just, for me personally, is that the dog I hear in the background?
Yes.
She's like, I want some hydrogen. It makes sense to me that hydrogen can help you reestablish that balance in such a beautiful way. And, one thing I do want to make very clear, and again, reiterate, don't believe a word I say, research what I say, is I don't want anybody getting any sort of confusion that hydrogen is going to cure you. It doesn't. Hydrogen doesn't cure anything. It just allows your body to cure and heal itself. That's the key here. That's the real awakening process, is understanding that the answers are all right here. Our bodies are so much more powerful than we realize, and then have given credit for. Hydrogen helps you kind of get back to the basics, get out of your own way. And quite honestly, when we talk about other tools like your red light therapy, your PEMF mats, your terahertz wands, your cold dips, your breathing breath work is probably one of the best tools you can use, and that's free. And it's a big nod to how powerful our bodies are. Hydrogen enhances all of that, all of it. It enhances your water, which is, again, why you want to make sure it's properly filtered. It does very much enhance your breath work. And when I use it for meditation, it helps enhance getting me into that parasympathetic nervous system that, out of fight or flight, which most people spend their entire frickin' lives in, and into rest and relax, rest and digest, rest and recover, rest. Like we need some of that. We've been go, and our central nervous system and our metabolic systems are just like destroyed because of it. And so in so many ways, I know hydrogen is going to help you both, including your dog.
Yeah.
And anybody else that wants to use this machine when they come over and see it.
Yep.
Because the cool thing is once you have this machine, all it takes is distilled water. It needs to be distilled water because that's what distilled water is meant for, is medical devices. And it needs to be pure H2O so it can split it into hydrogen and oxygen gas. But that's the only thing you need to worry about is making sure that it has distilled water in it. And distilled water costs about $2 a gallon. A gallon will last in this machine, and I use this machine on minimum about 2 hours a day. Lasts me about 4 months.
Oh.
So in terms
that,
what was that?
Can't make it a little longer?
Yeah, no, not with the use that I get out of this beauty.
All right.
But that's like, again, and it's not that I get; it's that my family gets, that my customers and friends that come in when I have the machine here get. I'm gonna be that's first thing in January thing. I'm gonna have a machine in here that stays in here that people can come in and try, or I can just sit here and breathe it all day long because again, I can. That's the cool thing.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, my throat's dry because I was just sitting here freaking rambling for like a whole half hour. Oh my God. How do you guys put up with that?
At least you have some good water.
This is true. Instantly taken care of. Yeah, I think I covered all of the accessories in here. I mean, I would hope so for the amount of talking that I did. But this is I appreciate you guys giving me the outlet to be able to share this with your fairly large network of people that are like us. We just we just want to. I for one want to see people get from thriving to thriving. Water is a big aspect of that. The kind of water that you drink is incredibly important. And hydrogen can help us go back on some of the damage that we've done to ourselves.
Yep.
Combat
in the right spot, eh?
And combat some of the damage that we continue to do to ourselves. Because it's death by 1,000 cuts. Like, quite honestly, even this Lululemon windbreaker that I'm wearing, not good for me. I'm in my office here. I sublease out of a dental office, which means there's an X-ray machine here. There's two different Wi-Fi routers. This is in a condo building. We got Wi-Fi routers all over our cells. The food that most people are eating, and even when you try to eat healthy, it doesn't have the nutrients that I used to have. And like, this is what I mean. It is death by 1,000 cuts, but and don't let that scare you. Just understand you got to take things into your own hand because no one's coming to save us, and start with the most important stuff: water and hydrogen. I mean, when you think about hydrogen, it's the foundational building block to pretty much everything. It's in like all matter. It's a building block to your DNA. Yeah. And one thing I want to say is I did a podcast earlier this week with a Dr. Porter. He is the creator of this technology called BrainTap. And I want this I say this because I wanted to give you some hope and faith that we're gonna get through this. Every second that goes by, 50 million cells are regenerated in your body. Every 40 seconds that goes by, your DNA is rebuilding and restructuring itself. So to say that you're the same person and hang on to whatever has happened to you in the past, while understandable, you can. You will if you let yourself get past that. I think hydrogen is a big answer to help people get out of the way to do that. It's a phenomenal tool to help you with that. And is a girl, right? It's a female?
Yep. Great Danes.
Yeah, I know Great Danes. I mean, I remember I was 14 years old. We just moved into a new neighborhood, and my buddy lived on the street, and he had 2 Great Danes. And I was riding my bike home from work, and I had never seen a Great Dane in person before. And there's 2 of them on the front yard of this yard, and one of them barks. And when I say bark, I think it's more like a T-Rex noise, or
Yeah.
I have never rode my bike so fast.
Yeah, they can move.
Oh yeah, there's mini horses, but they're beautiful and very loyal dogs. I love Great Danes. They're phenomenal animals, and they're great companions. So That's quite honestly, that's one of the things with the Tech Pro 900. Like, you're able to help the furry friends, the furry family members too. And I know people that spend more on their dogs than they do on themselves. We've had people buy the machine specifically for their dogs, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I could use this too." I'm like, "Oh yeah, imagine that." It's fun for the whole family though, and that's what I love about it. But we'll cut things here. What I'm going to do is I will send you the recording for this so that you can post it yourself. I'm going to post it on H2 Hydration and Health. When you visit tech4health.ca to not only look up everything that I've talked about in terms of hydrogen, look up the products that create the hydrogen, use the coupon code STREET10. That will not only give you 10% off, it will help Kevin get a machine for himself, and not just himself, Andrea. And what's your dog's name?
And Millie, and pretty much everyone in the town.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, I know how you guys are. Once you find something that works for you, you're going to be telling everybody else. And I love that about you guys, because people need these solutions. These conversations need to happen, because up until now or recently, people are like, "Oh, there's already hydrogen in water." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you a little bit about hydrogen gas. Let's sit you down and I'll explain it all for you, and you'll understand very soon." But I know that you guys are gonna be sharing this with everyone, and I look forward to the upcoming year, at the year of the horse, which we're not talking about you, Millie. It's a year of building and growing. This last year, the year of the snake, has been a year of shedding stuff off. Let's get through this. And I think next year is going to be a very, very prosperous, healthy, hydrated, and balanced year. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of this. I appreciate you guys again giving me a platform to ramble on as long as I did. You might need some hydrogen to recover from the long ramble I went on there. So, yeah, again, tech4health.ca. Use the coupon code STREET10. If you have any questions at all, reach out to me. Find me. Your best place for you to find me would be on Instagram at H2WaterExpert. Or if you are seeing this on Facebook, I'm assuming you'll tag me, just message me directly. And then, there's multiple different ways for you to get in touch with me. And I'm here to answer any questions that you have, so you can make an informed decision for you and your family's health.
Perfect. 2 questions.
Oh, please, give her.
What type of payment, and then how long does shipping take once the order is placed?
So we take payment in Canada, we can do e-transfer, PayPal, credit card, and we in certain scenarios we can do a payment plan. We're working that out more and more, and then it takes typically 10 to 12 days from shipping, or like from order time. And then during that time, again, you'll get the tracking information so you can track it, and all of the information that you need to know so that you can be prepared for when it gets there, so you can put it right into action.
Perfect. Thank you.
And I have one question too. So that Street 10, can they use it on anything on your site?
Anything over $100. So unfortunately, it doesn't work on the hydrogen tablets or the shower filter that we have, but the tablets are priced very well. That's a great way for you to try hydrogen water out without going all in on an investment. We also have the best hydrogen bottle, the Hydro Boost V2. The 10% will work on that. And then we also have a tankless RO system that's actually designed by Porsche, and it will pump out 800 gallons a day of the most purified, properly remineralized, structured water you could ask for. And that is if you want a machine like this but don't have filtration yet. That was kind of our reason for bringing that in. When we brought that in, we found what is also now called the Hydro, which is basically the Porsche machine with the hydrogen bottle on steroids inside the machine, so you can create the super saturated hydrogen water right at your fingertips whenever you want. And so, I mean, there's a lot of different things that we have, and that's why I quite honestly want to have a conversation with you before you go ahead and order anything, because I don't want you ordering anything you don't want. I'm not here to upsell you on anything. In many cases, I'm going to downsell you and make sure that you're only getting what you need, because I'm not here to break the bank. I want to get hydrogen therapy into your life, into your home as quickly and efficiently as possible. That's not going to happen if I'm, trying to just sell you a bunch of shit. That's not my job. My job isn't to sell you. If I have to sell you on this, then it might not be for you right now. My job is to help you make an informed decision for you and your family's health when it comes to your water filtration and hydrogen therapy needs.
Fine.
Cool.
I'm glad we're recording this. I was like, oh, this is a great infomercial.
That's great.
No, I appreciate you guys so much. And I'm looking forward to getting this posted for people to see. Thank you for answering or asking those questions, because I just kind of like forgot to ask if you had any questions. And if you do have any, if you are watching this and have any other questions, throw it in the comment section, or again, reach out to me personally, reach out to Kevin and Andrea, and they can reach out to me. However you needed your questions answered, we're here for you, and looking forward to what's to come for all of us for the next year.
Let's heal together.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys very much. I hope you have the best Christmas and healthiest, happiest, most hydrated New Year. And we will chat with you guys very soon.
Thanks, Shane. I appreciate all your knowledge, of course, and there'll be lots of chats in the future, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. Pleasure's all mine, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Be well.